podcast that's been around for longer than the Russian insurgency, the Let's Not Do This podcast, back for another stellar episode. Sitting alongside the three unwise men, you got the big O, Leon Oliver. Sitting to my right, head shining illustriously under a backwards Red Sox hat. Man who we had a life alert out for earlier, but he's now here. Ryan Dickerson, how are you?
Doing great, man. Wish I would have put some money on my LSU Tigers since they won the College World Series last night. Only prediction right at this grand table of men we have here.
Well, we should have bet on them to also drink the most shots at Rocco's bar. I think I saw 90,000 Jell-O shots consumed.
Well, that's what they do down there in Baton Rouge.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
At $5 a pop, too, which, Chris, a $5 bill is a thing that you earn when you're working. Our unemployed friend across from us, one Chris Green, how are you, sir?
Doing okay.
You're very somber.
Yeah, because I know what's coming in just a few minutes, and I'm not excited about it.
Sounds like your prom date, kind of. And a man sitting in a very army fatigue shirt. Scotty, were you in Russia? Were you part of the Wagner convoy? Are you back from the fatherland?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Have you been deported to Belarus?
Yeah, sure.
Can you find Belarus on the map?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll get on that geography with Scotty. How are you, sir?
I'm good, actually. I did win some money on LSU, and I won money on Florida in Game 2, so I'm 3-0 lifetime betting on college baseball.
Nice.
Well, let's see how you do when you're betting New Mexico in TCU on a Tuesday night, okay?
Yeah, I don't see me doing that.
That's when you know you got a problem.
Maybe in football.
Well, I'd take the Horned Frogs. In that hypothetical game, I think I would take the Horned Frogs minus 30.
Probably so.
New Mexico and TCU.
Probably.
Right. Who's New Mexico's name? What's their nickname?
Lobos?
The Lobos. There we go. Look at him. He did his math or reading or whatever you want to call it.
He watches college basketball.
Yeah, well, NC State also won the 1983 national championship there as well.
Yeah, at the pit.
In the pit in Albuquerque. All right. So you want to do anything interesting this weekend?
Hung out with you, so no.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, I forgot. I blocked that out of my mind. I forgot about that.
I unfortunately did have to spend my Friday night with two-thirds of the other people here. Ryan big timed me as usual.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
had plans.
Going to a bar with Chris and Scotty, which that's just not good for anyone's soul. But it ended up working out. We went to Hooters. It was.
Then we went to.
No one there.
Yeah.
No one was there.
No one was at Hooters? That's why I moved. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we went to another bar, and the old lady gave Leon a balloon.
Oh, nice.
I don't
It was her
think she had
birthday.
any teeth. I don't think she was that old. She was probably like 40.
Well,
But she's from
the county that
out
we were
there.
in.
Yeah.
It made sense. In the county that we were in.
a lot of meth out there.
Yeah, a lot of math and a lot of broken dreams. A lot of Virginia Tech fans, too. Ended up at this bar. This old lady had a balloon flying from her chair, and it said, "It's my day." And I was just making nice, and I just turned and asked her, "Oh, is it your birthday?" And she informed me that it was. I told her that my birthday was recently passed. And before she left, she insisted on us switching chairs, which, by the way, there's nothing more unsettling than sitting in a chair after someone else has sat in that chair. Like, even a bar, like, people come and go, but there's usually a couple minutes of downtime. You don't immediately go sit on a stool right after someone else. So sitting on, like, a warm chair that you know someone's ass has warmed.
Sitting in somebody else's warmth.
Oh,
yeah.
it was unsavory. But I didn't want to disappoint the old lady. I was being nice to the elderly, unlike when I interact with Ryan. I'm not nice to him. So I was making amends for it by being nice to her. And, yeah, I had a balloon flying next to me in this redneck bar that said, "It's my day." And luckily, the two rednecks that showed up next to us later did not kill me. So I had that going for me.
Well,
yeah.
Gotta pick your spots where you go drink.
Yeah, well, something that may kill us tonight. I saw this online on the Virginia ABC website as I was shopping for bourbon and came across a sales section and came across something called Senator's Club, which is a blended whiskey. You guys ever heard of Senator's Club?
No, it sounds worse than an actual Senator's Club, though.
A Senator's Club sounds awesome. Like a bunch of old white guys sitting around smoking cigars, telling off-color jokes.
Yeah, that's exactly
That
where we
sounds
want to be.
awesome.
Yeah, that might be racist.
You know,
It probably is.
big fat senator from South Carolina with like suspenders and stuff, telling some off color stuff. I'd hang out there.
I don't think you'd be allowed to hang out there.
Probably not. I could bring in the tray of drinks, I guess, into the room.
That might be racist. I
You
think
would be that
I think the
help
jokes
there.
Oh,
might be on color.
Yeah. I need the boo button so bad. I forgot
Ew.
that. God damn it. All right. So, yes, Senators Club, I saw this, and it was retailing online for like $4.58. And, of course, in my part of town, it was not at the ABC store because we have things a little bit higher caliber in my part of town. So I knew that one Chris Green was out and about, and of course, in the projects that he lives near, they did have this at the ABC store. So I dispatched him to go pick up said liquor. And
First of all,
think they
you didn't
ripped you off.
dispatch shit. You said, "Hey, Chris or Scotty, can y'all go pick this up?" And I said, "I'm in the area. I'll go."
Yeah.
You didn't dispatch anyone.
I sent the peasant to go get the
Bitch, you're the peasant. You have to get your wife to drive you to the ABC store.
By in the area, he was in the ABC store already.
pretty much buying really bad rum that's been discounted to $3.
What is it? Castillo?
That would be nice.
God, I wouldn't wash my feet with that stuff.
That Castillo was a pretty penny, sir, that I bought Chris.
What, $3?
Man, it was a big
American?
bottle, man. It was a big bottle. It was like a handle, I think.
Oh,
Half gallon,
yeah,
so it was like
you gotta-
6.
Well, it is an inflation economy right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sent Chris to. I asked Chris to get the Senators Club for us, and they proceeded to rip you off.
They did. Yeah, it was $9 and some change instead of $4 and some change, like you showed me.
Well, you
Very
know,
disappointed.
well, we'll see where that extra couple of bucks went when we crack this bad boy open a little bit here. So this liquor, 43% alcohol, 86 proof for those scoring at home. I don't know if you guys knew that, but you take the alcohol percentage,
Yeah,
you
no
multiply it by
shit.
2. That's
Yeah,
the proof.
that's how math works. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm surprised you understood that because whenever you try and tip somebody, you have to pull out your calculator.
I want to be precise, sir. When I'm leaving 42% at the bar, I want to be precise. Okay?
Oh, 42%.
Yeah. You know, and I like to round up. I like to match, you know. So,
Jackie Robinson?
yeah, exactly. I was thinking Mariano Rivera, but, you know, that works too. All right, so this is by Laird and Company from Scobeyville, New Jersey, because all great whiskey comes from Scobeyville, New Jersey.
Sponsor us.
What, the town of...
Yes, the whole town.
We're probably the smartest people in that town.
How far is that away from Mike?
I think it was about 45 minutes when I looked it up.
wow.
So we've met Mike, and he's not that smart. So
Shout
it's
out to
45 minutes from him. So ergo, there's probably not a lot of wise people there. So
You ever asked Mike if he's tried this?
Mike likes girly drinks, kind of like you. So he's probably not going to drink anything that's going to put hair on your chest. All
Somebody
right.
put cancer in our bodies.
Oh, without a doubt. You know what? The statements of one Chris Green are not reflective of Let's Not Do This Media, its subsidiaries, or its angel investor.
Chris will just smoke a cigarette to cancel it out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, the 9 cancer sticks that you've had before this show started. All right, so we got the Senators Club. I've been staring at this bottle like
I know.
about 5 minutes.
Like you might make love to it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show it to the camera, Leon.
Just contemplating like what's going into my body here.
That'd be one of our...
Senators
I doubt
Club.
I can zoom in on
That should be one of
Yeah.
our shorts. To just have Leon looking at the bottle and play the Titanic music.
Give me 1
Yeah.
second.
And then also, apparently they have a place in North Garden, Virginia, which is like outside of Charlottesville. So I'm going to open this bad boy up. And
Hold on.
by the way, I love that it's got the plastic bottle, so you know it's high caliber, and the twist-off lid. All good high-caliber liquor comes with the twist-off lid, of course.
Is it going to fizz?
It should not fizz. If it does start to matriculate itself up, I will have Chris do what he usually does when liquids are forming up through something and put his mouth on them.
Alrighty.
That was graphic.
What does that mean?
I was trying to make a cocksucking joke, you bastard.
Oh, my God.
All right. I'm going to take a whiff of this. Oh, that just smells awful. Just purely awful.
Guts.
I'm going to pour myself a shot off
that
microphone there
Me
That
and,
sounded like a lot.
and pass that on to one Ryan there.
me and Leon are drinking out of
It's Chris is already knocking things over. He's not even
children's
drunk.
cups.
Thank you, Mr. Angel Investor, sir.
I don't know why you're thinking of me. I ain't getting none.
He's brought us cookies.
Maybe after this liquor settles, I might grab one.
I wonder if they special cookies.
You never
I
know.
doubt it.
He gave them to Chris, so probably not. He would have gave them to one of us.
Oh, you know what? They might be Chris's special laxative cookies. He may need to make a movement before the night's over.
Do I look like Ryan?
That's true. Ryan, have you had your Metamucil before the day when this morning started?
Well, I waited. So since I knew I was going to drink some Senators Club tonight, I was like, this might as well wait and
He's gonna
take
have
my, take my special laxative now.
He's going to have a movement one way or another.
Hey, man.
Chris would be the worst bartender ever.
Yeah.
That was
Or the best. He wouldn't give a fuck.
I hit the
Yeah,
bottom
exactly.
line. That's true. I wouldn't.
all right.
At the
Let's
bottom
let's take a look here. So
Put these cookies over there. Because if I have them in front of me, I'll eat them all.
I'm taking a whiff of this. You know what? The nose has actually gotten better. Maybe it's the plastic cup
Oh,
that we're drinking it out of.
Fuck.
That is not what Michael Jackson said.
All right,
Yeah, I'm going to
boys.
Thank you.
Senators Club. Here we go. Down the
man.
hatch.
This is, I should not have smelled that.
As they say in the old
Cheers.
country. Cheers. Skull.
Let's not do this.
Fuck.
Guess you have to.
That's actually a lot smoother than I thought it would be.
Is it?
Smooth where?
No, that's actually.
God bless.
It tastes like Jim Beam's like bastard cousin.
Ugh.
It's not good. It's not quite as bad as I expected.
No,
But it's not good.
Would I sit and sip on this? No way.
No.
Ugh. Ugh.
What are you writing down? Time of death.
Are you? Do you need mouth to mouth, Scotty? Give him mouth to mouth.
If you see this note, I am dead.
Leon, you're a little too
Writing
enthusiastic.
his last will and testament over there.
Wasn't it like a Drake
Gavin,
album?
you get
or-
everything.
Wasn't it like a Drake album or something? If you're reading this, I'm too.
It's too late.
It's
Yeah,
too
it's
late.
too late,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Look at Chris's
Okay.
face.
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
Stop being dramatic.
Not great.
Well, he doesn't drink whiskey.
I don't
He's not a
drink
man.
dark liquor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drinks like that girly rum.
Yeah, because speaking of Castillo, he asked me for a bottle one time. And I got the dark spiced rum instead
Yeah.
of the white rum.
That was no
I
good
can't
for him.
drink liquor anymore, apparently, so I might just be off liquor for the rest of my life.
The world would be a better
Yeah.
place for that. And drink the rest of that bottle, and we'll see how things go the rest of the night.
Oh God.
All right.
Oh.
So things that I do enjoy. Actually, I thought I was going to have a different setup on this. I thought I was going to say the things that I enjoy more than this liquor is the NBA. But no, actually, I would rather drink this bottle than watch the NBA.
Speak for yourself.
So NBA off season, which I guess is the regular season because it's more entertaining than anything that actually happens.
Sometimes.
I guess there were some trades that were bantered about. So if I can remember correctly, Chris Paul was traded to DC, and he was
No.
there for what, 48 hours?
Right, yeah.
And then he was traded back across country to Golden State.
Correct.
And who in return is going to Washington?
They actually got Jordan Poole, which I was surprised about. I don't really understand this one for the Warriors. I mean, I guess they're trying to get Draymond back, so I guess Poole can't be there. So I guess it makes sense in that sense. But like as a fit for the Warriors, I don't know. The only thing I see is Steph can play off the ball more, but other than that, I don't know.
They wanted to get off the Pool contract. They just signed him for what, 4 years, 140 million.
Yeah.
So that was a major part of it.
That new CBA when it comes in next year, like because I think the like luxury tax is like horrific. Teams are gonna see weird trades like this, like again like the
Beal trade.
or the John Collins trade.
Yeah.
I mean like they will take a expiring contract for whatever. Like if we can get rid of this big name player that's making a lot of money, or maybe not big name, but a player that's making a lot of money, we can get rid of this contract to keep us under the luxury tax, and they'll do it. And they'll take Rudy Gay. Like I didn't know his ass was in the league till like yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what Atlanta got, but they won that trade.
John Collins. John Collins is an NBA player?
I'm not a John Collins fan.
Yeah, not Tom Collins to drink.
I do
John
like
Collins.
a good Tom Collins.
Figured you did.
Can you make that with that?
No, you cannot make Tom Collins with that.
I don't know what a Tom Collins is.
So John Collins is an NBA player. Sounds like a really bad member of like the IRA, like the mid 70s or something like that. He was like, fighting the British, maybe planting some devices or something like that. Doesn't it sound like an IRA guy?
Yeah, I don't think they had 7-footers in the IRA.
Are there 7-footers anywhere on that island?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I wouldn't think so.
That might be racist.
Is it racist to say the Irish are short?
They're leprechauns.
Well, there it is.
That's racist. That might be racist.
You're gonna get that little fighting Irish guy after you. And it's not
Oh
gonna be-
no!
Do you remember when they
Lucky
had
Charms guy.
remember when Notre Dame had the like the actual mascot, like the human one that's on the sidelines? You remember when they had the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually like the best one.
I don't remember that.
I
Yeah,
don't. When
Notre
was
Dame
this?
had it was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
They had like it was a black guy, and he was like in shape. Of course, he's a cheerleader, you know.
Well, obviously they got to be able to do all those push-ups.
Yeah, and he was like in shape, and he was rambunctious, man. He was feisty. Like he was the most best embodiment of that little fighting leprechaun I've ever seen in my life. And it was a brother. He was black Irish, man.
Irish.
He's like you ever seen that show Ray Donovan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the one black brother on there, you know. Yeah.
All right, so this is why all these crazy trades are happening. The second tax apron, it's teams that are 17.5 million over the luxury tax threshold.
All right.
So they can't sign players to the mid-level exception. They can't take in more salary in a trade than they're sending out. So you could take back up to 125% previously. You can't trade first-round picks 7 years out anymore if you're over that threshold. You can't trade cash in a deal. And you can't sign buyout players during the season. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up, Leon.
Just bored the hell out of everyone there.
So this is only for teams that go over the.
The second tax apron.
Okay.
What the fuck is a tax apron?
I just explained it.
Level.
17.5 million over the luxury tax threshold.
See, this is why soccer is better.
Is it?
Like internationally, not in America, because we have a cap and all that shit and designated players. But like in the Premier League, there's no cap. You want to just go out and buy everyone? You can.
Well, then the Lakers are going to win every year,
Hey,
Nobody wants that.
capitalism.
except for Ryan.
I mean, that's American sports in general. Everything is, NFL.
It doesn't work
there's
that
The
a cap.
whole
It
thing
doesn't-
is based
But
on making
baseball proves it doesn't fucking work, so you wouldn't want to do that anyway.
Baseball is a different sport.
NFL's
Baseball's
king.
also just a fucking grind.
If there was no
160
cap
me.
in,
Good lord. It's making a
Yeah.
comeback. The Senators are fighting. Somebody
Here we
might be
go.
succeeding. Didn't that one senator, in the precursor to the Civil War, like beat the shit out of another one with a club on the Senate floor? That's what's happening to my stomach right
I
now.
hope so.
think. I forget his name. He's from South Carolina.
Strom Thurmond.
No. Strom Thurmond. The 1948 Dixiecrat candidate for president was not there, Strom Thurmond. Yes, I do remember that.
Rotten
somehow,
hell, dickhead.
But I digress. All right, so that trade went down, and then there was another one. What was the tall European fellow?
Porzingis, the unicorn.
Yeah, where's he from? Is it Latvia,
Serbia?
Lithuania, Serbia?
No idea where he's
he's
from
from
anymore.
Serbia.
One of those war-torn countries that Russia used to own.
Yeah.
All right, so Kristaps Porzingis traded from the Wizards, right, to Boston. And then there was another team in that deal, Memphis, right?
Memphis. Yes.
Marcus Smart, who is apparently like a cult figure, I guess, in Boston. Everyone loves him. The internet was melting down that him and his green hair were heading to Memphis to walk with his feet 10 feet off a Beal.
Correct.
Your thoughts on this deal?
I hate it for Boston. I not sold on Porzingis whatsoever. Marcus Smart's the heart and soul of that team. They already have chemistry issues. So I think it was a terrible, terrible deal. But we'll see what happens.
I actually like it for the Celtics. If you watch Porzingis with the Wizards last year, he actually was pretty damn good, and it gives them a versatile big, which they don't have. Somebody that can score on the inside. Obviously, he has to stay healthy, but yeah, I like it for the Celtics.
I just think Porzingis is going to get hurt. He played all of last year so healthy. I was like, this man is ready to break down. Like, it's going to happen at some point that he's going to
Last year
break
was
down.
the unicorn year.
Right, yeah. I think it's a beautiful trade for Memphis, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because
it's a great trade for
they
Memphis.
need a point guard with Ja Morant's suspension. They need a defensive stalwart since Dylan Brooks got let go. Need a perimeter defense needs to get upgraded. I think it's a brilliant move considering that they're kind of a team they're already very young. So another draft pick is not going to help them in the next 4 or 5 years, to be honest with you. Because everybody on the team that's good is 25 and under.
Yep.
So this gives them a little maturity and gives them, again, a backup, not a backup point guard necessarily, because I think they'll play together, but
Gives them a separate ball handler.
they need a guard at the beginning of the year. So I think Memphis, honestly, I think upgrading from
A+ for Memphis.
Right, upgrading from Dylan Brooks to Marcus Smart was a great.
And upgrading Tyus Jones to Marcus Smart.
Tyus Jones
Sure.
is
Tyus-
not a bad player.
He's
a very good backup.
Yes,
exactly. Backup.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart's a starter.
Okay, so what if Marcus Smart gets there and he looks around the locker room? He was like, fuck this, get me out of here.
Yeah, he fucking fixes the locker room. That's
Maybe.
what he does.
Maybe.
Can you fix a locker room where one player is wielding a gun? I think the Wizards showed that they didn't work with Gilbert Arenas, right?
They didn't have a Marcus Smart.
well, Marcus
Steve
Smart's
Memphis.
more of a leader than whoever that was leading the Wizards at that point in time.
I think it was Gilbert's gun.
Right,
Gilbert was the leader. That was the problem.
By the way, do we know where the whereabouts of one John Morant is after the suspension? Was he with the Wagner military group in Russia this past weekend? Was he there? He's got the
I
armament.
doubt it.
Okay, I just want to know where he was.
I'm sure.
He's in the suburbs
I'm
somewhere.
sure Adam Silver probably
So
told his ass,
stupid.
pipe it down, or you're gonna be done for like a year. Like
Correct.
I'm sure he said,
Yeah.
don't show your face until we tell you to show your face.
Hey, I just made a basket. Look at that. I could be in the NBA. I just made a basket right there, sight unseen. You didn't even see the basket.
Sitting down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can bring a chair out on the court.
You wouldn't even be able to get the ball in the NBA. I'm not even bullshitting.
You know, somebody said that on like a podcast the other day. Like, if you were in a NBA game and you played all 48 minutes of the game, how
I
many
would
points
die.
do you think you could score? No, you're not playing physically the whole game. Like,
Oh.
you're on the team, so you get subbed in, subbed out, blah, blah, blah. How many points could you actually think you could score during an NBA game?
Maybe one. I could draw a foul and hit 1 and 2.
I'm maybe if they leave me alone far enough, might be able to hit a 3. That's about it.
Probably 2 to 4 points.
Yeah, that's kind of like the rule of thumb. Never leave the little white guy alone behind the 3-point line. Can you make it to the 3-point line, though? Like, to the basket?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know the upper body strength. I don't know.
I used to have a pretty good jump shot.
Saying you're a bitch.
Huh?
You saying you're a bitch.
No,
Is he? Or-
Ryan would
okay.
score 0 points, and I can tell you this now, and I can tell you why. Because Ryan's the most athletic out of us. He's got the most basketball experience, but Ryan will also go the hardest, and he will catch an elbow to the mouth from some power forward within 3 minutes, and he'll be out.
I think Ryan would be fine catching an elbow. He might foul out in the first 5 minutes.
Right?
Yeah, no, Ryan's going to catch an elbow. He's going to take exception to it. Once he starts picking up his chiclets, then he's going to try to fight him. He'll be ejected if he's not already carted off with the injury.
Ryan might be able to grab a rebound over a guard and
I've
get a tip in.
I've seen Ryan get upset on the court, and he composed himself.
Yeah.
He's not going to go Kermit Washington and punch Rudy Tom Jones.
No, I'm not like that, but I mean, you can't let
Can't
somebody
play dirty,
you can't let somebody think you're a bitch on the court. I mean, that's
Correct.
like rule 1 of basketball. Pick up basketball. Once they know you're a bitch, they gonna go at you.
Ryan's going to be that guy if he ever winds up in prison, like day one, he's going to go and like beat the hell out of someone
Why
with
would
like a
you
lunch
wind
tray.
up in prison?
Yeah.
Why would he wind up in prison?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if we want to circle back a few episodes, that gentleman that was doing his taxes may or may not have been involved.
Wow.
But that's not on Ryan. That's on the tax guy.
Not on me. That gentleman is a scholar and a great accountant. if
Have
you're
you
listening.
heard from him?
I've not heard from him since that day, but hey,
Did you get your money?
I did get my money.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you're good.
Is he in Russia right now hiding from the authorities?
I don't believe so. but
Okay. If he winds up in Belarus, know that you're in trouble. All right. How many points do you guys think I could score in the NBA?
None.
You're not
Negative
you can't-
5.
You won't get the ball.
He won't get down the
You can't.
floor.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to be able to get separation.
No,
You
he's
cannot
not
get the ball.
He's not getting past half court.
He may
Sub
cherry
me-
pick.
sub me
He'll,
and-
Right.
he'll
If you-
cherry pick.
If you cherry picked, but by the time you actually got a shot up, they would come down the court and block it.
Sub me
So you're
in
not scoring.
You're not scoring shit.
on the inbounds play under
You
the basket.
can't even walk up the stairs to
I'm
get in
coming
the
off
studio.
Well, listen, my knee is heavily damaged right now. Okay, once I have NBA rehab facilities to take care of that, and if I can have a little bit of old Mr. Sour Mash here while I'm on the bench, You know, we saw the
Okay,
report.
Ron Artest.
Yeah.
Taking shots of Henny before the game.
And at halftime.
Hey, we saw the report the other day. How many players were like admitted to like smoking weed before games? I need to
Well,
just
that's different.
have a little shotty
That's
before the
different.
game. You
That
know?
opens up the lungs.
This
gives
opens
you-
up the soul.
Bring that on over.
Look at the
shit.
old man here.
Oh shit.
Let's not drink this shitty whiskey.
Or let's do.
Let's do. I think I could score 2 points
You can't.
You can't.
no.
You're not.
at the free throw line. I'm coming in off of inbounds.
Who's fouling you?
I'm
You're
getting the
not
ball
touching
and,
the
and
ball.
I'm driving the hoop.
You're not.
I'm driving
you're
the
not
hoop.
doing any of those fucking things.
You don't understand the speed and the size in NBA.
You wouldn't get the ball if we played pickup.
Probably not. But if someone gives me the ball, I'm going headlong, putting my head down.
You're gonna
I'm going
fall.
headlong.
Last time you tried to run, you
What is
fell on
hit-
your face.
Hold
I was
on.
also
Hold on.
heavily
And that's
drunk.
on video.
Hold on. What does headlong mean?
Like it's like a bull in the china shop, you know? Like I'm putting my head down, you know?
Okay. You're saying a lot of phrases that don't mean
He
anything.
loves putting his head down.
Yeah. He wishes it was long.
Shut up! Shut up!
God.
Shut up!
Leon found a new favorite button.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end where the guy's out of breath, that's what he sounded like coming up the steps.
My knee is heavily compromised, sir. And get this-
No, that's when
No, your body is heavily compromised because you're heavy.
after 2 minutes he's passed out. We're like, Leon, get up, and that's what he says.
2 minutes is usually what my wife tells me. All right, so on that note, all right, so NBA. Speaking of guys that would get gassed, UFC, well, MMA, whatever you want to call it. What is it?
UFC.
Elon Musk. Well, because it's not really going to be a UFC
Oh,
fight.
okay.
It's an MMA bout. They're not going to be on the UFC card. I, don't
I
think.
hope they are.
They're saying UFC 300.
What the hell is that? Like year 3000?
No,
No,
it's
it's not
next
too far
year.
away.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
At what point, by the way, before we even
We're
get
at
into the
290
story,
coming up,
at
right?
what point are they going to stop numbering these things?
Right.
Like UFC
You
497
have to
sounds like.
understand that Dana White is not that smart, and he has to keep up with it somehow.
I mean, like, I guess what other thing could you do?
It's more numbers in
Fueled
cities.
by steroids and cocaine.
Yeah, the only other thing is just
He's got to be able to remember which is
Okay,
which.
but at some point,
He's gotta
UFC 1013 doesn't sound great.
It's better than UFC Las Vegas 245. UFC Jacksonville
It's going to be numbered
68.
no matter what, just like WrestleMania is numbered.
the
How
only
many WrestleManias are there now?
Are we in
We're
this?
coming up to 40.
Really?
Well, Super Bowl, they're being numbered. They're
Yeah.
Super Bowl 50.
Yeah, but there's one a year. Like UFC, there's like 17 events a year. Not that many, really, but like the big cards. Just
They
like,
have to separate them somehow, and Dana White's not smart.
yeah. Well,
He's a
he'll
good
be-
businessman. Dumb as shit.
Well, you see, we struggle just to find names for our podcast episodes.
Correct.
I mean, it's
very true.
Just like fuck
But
it.
you know, we're making.
Well,
you know,
we already got tonight's. It's going to be Senators Club.
there we go. All right, so UFC, whatever, wannabe 300 potentially. Elon Musk, now the owner, CEO, whatever you want to call it, the grand poobah of Twitter, against the head of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. And apparently, what Musk is going to be trained by who, Chris?
Elon is George St. Pierre, I believe. And I think Chris Weidman, I was listening to his radio show yesterday. He said he would throw his name in as well.
For
And
To train
for
Musk?
Elon Musk.
And then Zuckerberg's got John Bones Jones, right?
Yeah.
Now, will Zuckerberg test positive after hanging out with John Bones Jones?
it don't matter.
I think Elon Musk probably is going to be the one that tests positive for something. That dude
You know what?
is
He is-
on some shit.
He is on ketamine. I did see in an interview where he did talk about being on ketamine.
Isn't Musk a pretty big dude? Is there like a big size difference between the
I think
two?
there is
Yeah.
a weight class difference
Musk
between
is
the two.
20,
fat.
30.
He looks like me.
It's over 20. It's like
And
maybe a 30-pound difference.
Zuckerberg's in shape.
Well, I know he's like 5. Well, I mean, yes, he's probably in much better shape than Musk, but I know he's like 5'8", 5'7", and
I think they're both tiny little guys.
I thought Musk was
no,
like
I don't think-
over 6 foot. I want to say.
Are we getting the tail of the tape already on these
Yeah,
two?
we are.
Yeah, but can we go like
We'll
old
be the
school,
first.
like the first UFCs where, or like what was
That's
the
what it'll
Pride?
be.
The Pride in Japan when there was like little. When there one was like a fat dude against like a little tiny guy.
They're going to
yeah.
come up with a catch weight for,
Well, that's-
for sure.
Really?
They're gonna have to.
Elon Musk is going to have
But
to.
What happened
lose
to the
weight
Royce Gracie versus the big fat dude?
It's
you
gonna
don't have
be-
to. Only the heavier guy has to meet the catch weight. So
Well, it's gonna be a exhibition, so you can be more lenient on the weight classes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
See, they got to bet pinks. You know, like when you're racing cars,
you
you're
gotta
betting
bet
companies.
fucking Tesla versus Facebook.
Yeah, we need
That's
Facebook
Twitter
versus
versus
No,
Facebook.
Twitter
Twitter
versus
Twitter's
Facebook.
worthless. That thing is hemorrhaging money. It's gonna be. It would have to be Meta versus Tesla.
Okay, Meta versus Tesla, or maybe maybe we toss in some cash. Then maybe on the other side, maybe Facebook versus Twitter,
But-
and maybe $200 million or something. We need something on the line besides pride.
Zuckerberg actually trains in jiu-jitsu, and he's been doing Muay Thai and stuff. And I've seen the videos. The dude can throw a kick. He would cripple Elon in an instant. I don't think this is going to be much of an exhibition.
It depends on how drugged Elon
Well,
is. I mean, you can take those kicks if you know
Yeah.
if you
And if he's tripping on Special K,
his knee is going to get obliterated. His calf, his whole his lead leg will be absolutely destroyed.
Well, supposedly Elon Musk used to train in some type of jujitsu or some shit. Yeah. He is a much bigger man. I mean,
how long ago was that though?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's true.
Scotty, do you think you could beat me up?
Maybe. I don't know.
Scotty would no. Scotty would kill you.
Yeah, that's the idea behind my logic here. Zuckerberg would destroy Elon Musk.
Because Scotty's
We got about the same amount of weight difference between me and him. Versus,
Scotty's smarter than you, so he
Well,
would just make you gas
Elon's
and
a
then
lot
eventually
taller, too.
submit you.
is he a lot taller?
I think so. Yeah, I would say Elon Musk is.
I thought he was over 6 foot.
5'9"?
I thought he was over 6 foot.
Yeah.
So all right, let's spice this thing up because in the UFC, while it sounds great, it's probably going to be boring. It's probably going to
6'2".
be on the mat.
6'2", my ass.
Let's
That
spice this
dude's
thing up.
wearing platform shoes and his doctor is lying. That guy's 5'11". He's my height.
Listen, I'm picking Zuckerberg too.
You're not
I'm just saying.
5'11". I love how you tried to slip like 3 inches in there, which is kind
what he always does.
Thank you. I was setting that up. Thank you for 15 seconds. He's got one kid to prove it.
All right, how are we spicing this up?
All right, let's spice this up. So
Okay.
what we do is WWE, no holds barred.
But that's fake.
No.
They're going to actually fight.
No, I want real. I
This
want like
is real. It's
no,
going
no.
to be out of the UFC.
but it's going to be WWE, but real. Kind of like
not how that works.
I want tax in the ring like ECW. I want like barbed wire baseball bats. Like that's what I want. I want these guys to go at it. I want like Roman gladiators. I want one guy to be dragged out and be fed to lions afterwards.
But why would they do that? Well,
Prove that they're a man.
being a billionaire and a millionaire, I guess they just do dumb shit all the time. As
Yeah.
we found out
Billionaires
early
love
this
doing
week.
dumb stuff.
Like, why would you risk your life and health?
Because
Wait a
they got
second.
something to prove.
Someone maybe delete the Titanic.
I want to see a three-way and throw Bezos in
three-way.
the mix.
You want to watch three-way between them?
I want to
Throw Bill Gates
triple
in there.
threat. No,
Triple
Bezos.
threat.
I was gonna say there has to
So
be a
Bezos.
better way.
Bezos would be good.
Can we get Rogan to referee it?
Maybe.
That would be awesome, actually.
I would pay the fuck out of that. Like
Let's-
$200 pay-per-view.
Let's float that to Dana.
Bezos ain't dumb. Bezos isn't dumb enough to get involved in this.
No, he's on his yacht with his like smoke girlfriend, like hanging out. Like
Bezos has a rocket that's shaped like a dick. Of course, he's ready to get in this.
Nah, I don't
He
think
wants
so.
to prove himself as a man, just like all those little bitch boy billionaires do.
who
This will be the biggest fight if it happens of all time,
I can't wait to fucking
and it's
illegally
gonna be
stream it.
it's gonna be hilarious.
I can't wait.
That's
to
what I'm
And
saying.
I hope it's
shit.
I hope it is on a UFC card. You see like maybe put a title fight on there, and you see all these professionals at the top of their game, and then you see
That's the main event.
Well, Dana did say that he was gonna like if UFC got it, signed it. They would like build a card around it. It would
Yeah.
be like of professionals. It wouldn't be of like
That's why I said
wouldn't be-
UFC 300.
It wouldn't be Gary Coleman versus
Yeah.
it's
Gary Coleman.
Damon Plato.
Even though dipshit Dana said he doesn't
RIP, both you guys.
he doesn't put on gimmick fights.
well,
This is the biggest
okay.
gimmick of all fucking time.
The money that would be made from
Right.
this. I think I saw
they're
somewhere.
saying he would donate it all to charity. So there's no money being made.
But the pay-per-view, I mean, they're going to donate.
Dana's
like,
making money.
Like
No,
their
he said
purse.
he said that the pay-per-view buys would be donated to charity.
Dana said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lying.
This would be a great.
Well,
Yeah, the money that's going to come in off of this. I mean, like charity's getting a percentage. They ain't getting the whole fucking
This would
thing.
be a
He
great.
said it would all be going to
He's getting money
charity.
somewhere for this.
This would be a great vehicle for Conor McGregor to get back in. Book it.
Well,
I think they were saying 25 million.
if they're going to put on a gimmick fight, they might as well because
That's
it's not
what
in
I'm
the, it's
saying.
not a
That's what I'm
testing
saying.
pool.
He doesn't want to fight
Still.
anymore.
25
No, he
million
does. He just
pay-per-view
doesn't want to get
buys.
off the juice.
That's what I'm saying. Let him fight at
Yeah.
whatever weight and juice level he wants to be on.
Yeah, let him fight John Jones.
By the way, instead of Ryan, you brought up a good point.
Gimmicks.
You know, in sports, we always crack down on like steroids and this guy's on the juice or this or that. I want a league where guys are just like juiced out of their fucking mind. I
So
want
they
to
can
see.
die.
Hey, it comes with the territory. You know,
That used to be baseball.
yeah. I want a league. I want to like track and field. Could someone run the 100-meter hurdles in like
Yeah, I would
three
love
3 seconds?
I would love
Will their
steroids
heart
track
explode?
and field, but I do not want to see steroid fighting.
Oh,
Somebody would die.
Have you not seen Any Given Sunday?
Oh, I've seen it given Sunday.
I
Yeah,
mean, all those dudes are juiced up or something. They're on something.
the program.
Football
Remember?
in the 80s was all fucking
Yeah,
steroids.
baseball in the
that's
70s, they were all on like greenies and stuff like that. That's what I want to see. I want to see it legalized. So I want to see a guy like shoot up
I
immediately
would love
beforehand.
track
probably
and
what-
field, swimming, any non-contact sport on the juice would be great. But contact, it would just make people die. I don't want to see people. I saw a guy die on Hull Street the other day with a motorcycle accident. I don't like that.
Well, that's okay. That's a graphic motorcycle accident. That's not good for anyone.
How are we
Yeah,
just,
you getting punched in the fucking head and your skull gets caved in.
Well, I would assume
you saw it in person?
I saw the guy on the ground.
And okay, you didn't tell us about
Wait
that.
a- wait a
Well,
break.
Damn,
I-
freaking
it-
psycho.
this was-
He just drove by and said, "Oh, that's
This
weird."
was not on the show sheet.
I mean, people were already stopped and the ambulance was already there. But I saw later that the guy died.
Oh, our condolences to him and his family.
Yeah.
That's
Seeing people die is not fun. So
That's
let's not do this.
what that's what the referee is for.
The referee's on juice too.
Exactly.
Everybody's on the juice.
No, the referee's just drunk.
Let's
Or
get
high.
let's get Brock Lesnar on juice as like a referee to break things up. Who's going to stop that? It's like Cocaine Bear. Brock Lesnar on juice would be Cocaine Bear.
That's
Well,
scary.
Yeah.
Overeem.
And
Before he came to the UFC.
have you seen the pictures of him lately?
Maybe.
He's off the juice for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight, right?
He looks like a mangy bear.
Wow.
Yeah. He looks a lot different than back in his Pride days. It was Pride, right? He was in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris is talking about bears and pride. I just want to make a notation of that. All right. So making the transition here.
Am I or are you?
You were, sir. I was just pointing it out.
Oh.
I was
Is that what that was?
You know what? I think this calls for a shot of Senators Club as we transition to our picks of the week here. Go ahead and, you know what? Because I'm lapping y'all,
This is my last one.
I'm going to go ahead and take another.
God, that's like a double shot he took.
Hey, I need
me?
a cooking. Give me a
Yes,
second.
you.
I'm like 4 deep.
They are really good.
The cookies, I love that you put the cookies away from the fat guy. That was a shrewd move and smart move.
To your health.
L'chaim, as they say in the old country. All right, so setting up here, we're going to start off.
Country's brand new.
What's that?
So that country is brand new.
Israel, 1948.
Yep.
Wasn't that long ago. All right, there's some debate over that. I'm going to leave that alone. All right, so we're going to start off.
Should we call Mike and ask?
That might be racist. Jeez.
Hey, we see what the brown liquor does to Chris. All right,
This is why I don't do this shit.
so
It makes them anti-Semitic. Come here.
hey, Kyrie, we're going to start off.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I can't. All right, so we're going to start off with 2 picks this week. One for Chris. That's a lot
I
of liquor.
warned you, motherfuckers.
That's a lot of liquor. Scotty, you're going to be driving Chris home after this
See,
episode.
he has a steel
tonight.
cup tonight.
Yeah.
He didn't want to show what he's actually knocking down.
He was actually showing support for my Denver Nuggets ball arena, the ball recyclable paper cup.
No, that's why you like Denver.
All that
the
amongst
The ball
any things.
arena.
Yeah.
You love balls.
The formerly the Pepsi Center. All
Loves
right.
Pepsi too.
I'm a Coke guy, actually. Thank you. In more ways than one.
No, you're
I
not.
doubt it. Yeah.
All right. So,
Are we cheersing or what?
okay, yeah, cheers. All right. So, I don't know what shot number 2 for you guys. I think I'm on 5.
This might be 2 and 3.
Let's not do this shot here. of
Definitely.
Senators Club.
Not going to the bar tonight.
Nope, it ain't happening tonight. Our post-bar,
Sorry, Julia.
she's very upset with us.
I doubt it.
Yeah, she probably doesn't care.
She's probably happy.
Yeah, that was worse than the first one. I think I had more.
Goes
That's
out
why.
smooth. All right. So, setting up the picks. Now, finally, golf. We're entering a rough stretch for the PGA Tour. I'm not going to lie to you, that last shot did not sit well with me. All right.
There it is.
So, we're entering a rough stretch of the PGA Tour. Next 3 tournaments, less than stellar. We head to Detroit, Michigan, another city.
Is it
speaking
just
of,
because it's Detroit?
broken dreams, you know. Lots of rundown warehouses and buildings and stuff there.
I don't know if it was Detroit or just part of the schedule there.
Well, when you have the Rocket Mortgage Classic, followed by the John Deere Classic, followed by the Scottish Open, it ain't exactly blowing your skirt up there. You know what I mean?
hey, man. Hey,
So,
man.
PGA rolling into Detroit for the Rocket Mortgage. Now,
Is that where NASCAR is too?
no, NASCAR's in Chicago. We're going to get to
Chicago.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing the Rust Belt Tour this week. Now, Scotty, before that, though, you mentioned there's another golf event going on.
Yeah, so apparently the match is happening Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, it's it's Mahomes and Kelsey versus Steph and Clay.
Oh, that's
So
fine.
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce versus Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Kelsey's gonna get under.
Is
Klay
Klay healthy?
I guess he's healthy
was.
enough to swing a golf club.
Clay's Travis Kelsey's gonna get under Klay Thompson's skin for sure.
Have we
That'll be
seen
fun.
Klay Thompson play golf? Like, can he play golf?
I've
have no
seen
clue.
some clips. He's not bad.
They're
He plays with
favored.
Steph a lot, so I don't think Kelsey.
I
can
feel like
play very
Kelsey.
well.
I feel like Kelsey's not the one to be playing golf.
He's just out there to fucking check
Yeah.
it.
All right, so this is not part of our official picks, but off the cuff, who do you guys think win? I'll start off. I'm going with the Team Warriors. Steph has played in some like nationwide events. A couple of them with sponsor exemptions. He's actually a pretty good golfer.
He's a very good golfer.
I think if that guy didn't play NBA and really devoted himself, I really do think he could probably be on. I said nationwide tour. Jesus Christ, Corn Ferry. How many tours ago was that? Was it nationwide? I
Nobody
think
knows what you're saying. It's fine.
under the PGA Tour, it's a Corn Ferry tour.
Okay.
I think honestly he could be a mini tour, maybe fringe Corn Ferry guy if he was full time. I think he could probably play senior tour after he retires, or Champions Tour as they call it now. After he retires, I'm going to go with the Warriors, and I'm going to go. They're going to win by like at least 4 holes. They're probably like 5 and 4. They're going to dust them.
I agree. I think it'll be easy. I think by the turn, by the turn, they may be up by 3 strokes.
Yeah,
3 holes.
3 holes. I'm sorry, because match play. 3 holes.
They're minus 230 favorites, and Steph is clearly the best golfer out of the 4. So yeah,
Mahomes isn't a bad golfer, but I think Travis Kelsey's going to bring it down. I'm going Splash Brothers.
Well, that's the key too. Will Travis Kelce be sober?
No,
Will he have a shirt? on?
absolutely not. I think he'll keep his shirt on, but I know he's not going to be sober.
Scotty, do we know where this is being played at?
Good call. Yep.
It's in
let's
Vegas
see.
every year, isn't it? No?
It's a different course.
The last one was in Vegas, the one with like Josh Allen and stuff like that, but it bounced around to other ones
okay.
before.
I know it was in Florida when they had the first one after the
at the pandemic.
after the pandemic. It was like Brady and Manning.
Yeah, they
or-
were at Seminole Country
yeah.
Club, which
Or
is like
Tiger and Manning.
Uber exclusive. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's in Las Vegas.
is it the Win?
Wynn, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it seems like maybe that's the home, which is also not a full 18. It's like a 12 or something like that with 6 other. It's like an executive golf course. It's built to go faster. It's like 12 holes.
Oh,
You
so they're not
play
even
the-
playing 12.
It's
They're
like
not
12 or 14 or something like that. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The last event, the Win isn't the full 18-hole golf course.
That's weird.
Yeah, but we got one
that
of
helps
those
the
in,
Chiefs.
in
I mean,
Richmond here.
why not just have a 9-holer and then just play it twice or whatever? Why
Hey,
12?
I can't tell billionaires what to do with their money.
That's true.
All right, so the actual PGA Tour rolling into Detroit this week for the Rocket Mortgage. My pick, I'll start off with this week. I am going to go with a gentleman. Kind of had a rough 2023. He's only made the cut 4 out of 12 times out, but he's 3rd on the tour in driving distance at 318.9 yards off the tee. This isn't an overly challenging course. Scores should be low. He should be able to bomb it. If that short game holds up, I like him. I'm going to go with Cameron Champ at plus 150 to get the win there this week.
Plus
in
150
Detroit.
to win?
Yes, sir. A little bit of a long shot, plus 150 there, but I'm going to go with Cameron Champ.
By plus
No,
150,
that's
you
a
mean
great shot.
No, wait,
It's
hold on.
plus 50.
I got it wrong.
because the favorites are at plus 1,400.
I wrote my thing. See, it's the I left off.
150,000?
I left off a 0. Hold on, I'll come back to you. He was, I think, 1,500 to 1. I left off a 0. God damn it! This is what I get when I do my show prep while I'm working.
Fucking dumbass.
All right, well, we'll circle back to
Who
me.
you got, Ryan?
I'm on the Hideki Matsuyama train. He's played well here before. I want to say that.
Sorry, Leon, your guy's like 15,000.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get back to it. I left off with 0.
You
I was
left
trying
off
to work.
You left off a few.
So, just a few. Anyway, Matsuyama has made his 4th appearance at this tournament, and he has had top 25 finishes in 2019, 2020. He's definitely been playing well lately. He's made 9 cuts, including the Players, the Memorial, and Travelers. So I don't know. I just got a feeling that he's due. I've heard his name on leaderboards, but he hasn't really done anything lately. But 16 to 1, not the best odds in the world, not the longest odds in the world, but I think it's his time to shine here. At least make a top 5.
What was that again? I'm sorry, I was listening to you.
Hideki Matsuyama.
Okay, Hideki Matsuyama. I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your guy is plus 15,000.
Yeah, plus
not
15,000.
plus 150.
Yeah, I know you were looking up his.
That's my long shot. I left off a couple zeros. Leave me alone. I had to tell people
That's what you do with your weight when you talk to women too, right?
pretty much.
Whoa!
I add those zeros onto my bank account
Yeah.
at the front, not at the back. All right, so you got Hideki Matsuyama, former Masters champion. Okay.
Yes.
Christopher, what golfer whose name you can't pronounce that you looked up 3 minutes ago do you have this week?
I am going with Austin Eckroat because it sounds like Eckert, which is my buddy John Eckert. Shout out to John. Plus 5,000. Book it.
There we go. John's a P1. He might be the only P1 of this podcast.
You say Austin Eckler?
Austin
That's what I
Eckroat.
heard.
Oh, okay.
I think Austin
Damn.
Eckler would probably do better than the Chiefs team in this golf tournament coming up, though.
He'll probably do better than whoever Chris just picked also.
Eckroat's actually not a bad pick. I was going to backdoor him to go top 20, actually.
You would
this
backdoor him.
I did see. That's the only door he goes through.
That's why he's wearing a pink shirt.
That might be homophobic. I need that.
Do you have a sounder for that?
Yeah.
I'm you didn't come to me, but I'm gonna go and say
It came on you, but not to you.
Ricky Fowler at plus 1,400. He's been playing really well. He's got cool outfits. I want to bet on somebody I can root for this time. So
There you go.
You know,
go Ricky Fowler.
You know, he's toned it down. That bright fluorescent orange Puma gear is not as.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of toned it down a little
He
bit.
looked like an
Little
adult at the what was it?
US Open?
US
Yeah.
Open, yeah.
Yeah, the pride of
I was
Oklahoma State.
disappointed.
Pride of Oklahoma State University won Ricky Fowler there. Okay, and then NASCAR this week rolling into Chicago. We'll see if they have all their hubcaps and how many bullet holes are in the vehicles by the time the race is over. But going to Chicago, but not to Chicagoland Speedway. This time they're going to be on the city streets of Chicago on a road course on the streets of Chicago. First time ever for NASCAR. I'll start things off. I am going to go with a guy who is yet to win this season. He's 64 points out of a playoff spot right now with 9 races to go, chasing Daniel Suarez for that last spot. Probably not going to get in on points, so it's going to be checkers or wreckers for him. This guy has 7 of his 25 career wins on road courses. I'm going to go with Chase Elliott plus 700 to come away with the win, assuming that the gangsters don't shoot his vehicle in Chicago.
Jesus Christ. I hope they're not driving through O Block. I am going with the guy who is in that last spot. I'm going Daniel Suarez.
Another road course.
Plus 2,500.
You know what country Daniel Suarez hails from?
Mexico?
Mexico. You
Yeah.
got it.
Viva Mexico.
Oh, is this a road course?
Yeah, it's a road course. It's on the streets of Chicago.
All right. In that case, I'm going Truex like I did last time, and he won.
Martin Truex Jr., Pride of New Jersey. All right.
Plus 650 on DraftKings.
There we go. And Ryan, did you pick Wendell Scott?
Who's Wendell Scott?
Wendell Scott was
Come on,
the-
man. He's the first black NASCAR racer,
Yeah.
isn't he?
They gave him the title like hours after the race was over. Actually,
Do I look like I'm a NASCAR
that's why you might have
watcher?
That's why you might have picked Wendell Scott.
All right. I mean, I'm glad for Wendell Scott for doing his thing, but
He was a
but
pioneer.
I'm glad for him. Good for Wendell Scott, wherever you are, Wendell Scott. We appreciate you, man.
I think he's in heaven.
Is he in heaven now? Well, R.I.P. Wendell Scott.
I'm so drunk right now.
We need
You
to
hit two
we need-
shots.
We need to wrap this up.
I don't drink anymore.
I'm gonna take a good value pick here. I feel I'm gonna take Chesterfield's own Denny Hamlin.
There we go.
He's plus 2,500. He won the pole at Sonoma. That's a road course, correct?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Wait, is he from the part of Chesterfield that Chris is from where the bullets are flying? Because that might give them an advantage in Chicago.
I don't know where he's
Actually,
from.
I do live in his high school district. So.
Yeah,
So
he went
he's
to Manchester, right?
he's
Correct.
used to dodging projectiles while driving, so that could be an advantage in Chicago.
Okay. Well,
I live in a $500,000 house, sir. It's not mine, but I live there.
All right, and I have two picks of my own this week. You can go ahead.
Why the fuck do you have two?
I can go ahead and put the Big O parlay together this week. So you can put Chase Elliott along with Cameron Champ. Also, USFL championship game is coming up this weekend. The Birmingham Stallions, 8-2 in the regular season, taking on the Pittsburgh Maulers, who are 4-6 in the regular season in Canton, Ohio. I'm going to go with the Maulers plus 6.5 here. Stallions led the league in scoring and also led the league in total offense, but the Maulers play defense. They have 20 takeaways, that was most in the league, and also plus 8 on the turnover margin there, and they only gave up 17.2 points a game, which is second in the league. Birmingham won. They were meeting in the regular season 24-20 in week 7. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Maulers plus 6.5.
How many games did you actually watch this year?
I watched probably altogether one. With the bits and pieces that I put together from the USFL.
Why would you be excited about Maction but not the USFL?
Because there's baseball and there's soccer and there's F1. And USFL gets lost in the shuffle.
I love Maction.
Yeah,
Maction's great.
I haven't watched
Why
one.
is that? Why would that be better than professional football?
Because it's on Tuesday nights and you can bet on it.
Yeah, and it's Kent State and Bowling Green.
Toledo. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are like washed up, and it's either this or Home Depot.
So you bet on the Maulers plus 6.5. Who are they playing?
They're playing the Birmingham Stallions.
All right, I got them.
Yeah, the Stallions coached by one former East Carolina head coach, Skip Holtz.
There we go.
Was he at East Carolina? No, he was at Louisiana Tech. I don't think he was at East Carolina.
No,
he was
I
on
think he was at South Carolina, wasn't he, at one point?
I think
Maybe
it was
at South Carolina.
Skip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up. I know he was at Louisiana Tech.
What I want to know is about this whole the Big O parlay here. Is the O meaning $0 or wins or just
First of all, he said a parlay and you've made one pick.
Combined with my Cameron Champ, my Chase Elliott, and the Pittsburgh Maulers.
Well, you didn't say that.
Yeah. I didn't.
He did at the beginning.
Is that akin to the Triple K?
Yeah. Somebody put this together because
Triple K State. I'm sorry.
I actually did not build this to see what the odds of everything together were. So
right.
You got those three.
ECU head coach 2005-2009, South
right.
Florida
There we go.
2010 to 2012, Louisiana Tech 2013-2021, and now the Birmingham Stallions.
There we go. I think he coached Chris Johnson at East Carolina.
Probably so. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, and then also the Tour de France is beginning this week. And
Nobody
it's beginning
gives a
in
fuck.
Spain. My pick for this, I'm going to go with the 2022 winner.
That's my pick.
He's going back to back. He's only the second ever Dane to win the Tour de France. He's got 3 wins this season, including the Criterium du Dauphiné earlier
me?
this month.
Bless you.
The Criterium,
That might be racist.
the Criterium du Dauphiné earlier this month. He won by the largest margin in 20 years. He's come a long way since his start working in a fish packing plant to fund his dream of cycling. Jonas Vingegaard, I'm going with him at plus 105 Tour de France starting on Saturday.
How much would it take to get you on a bicycle.
I can't ride a bike.
I know. That's why I want to do it.
No, I'm being completely serious. I forgot.
I understand
Don't
that.
forget how to ride a bike.
I forgot how to ride a bike.
He's dumb.
No, you can ask my wife.
Also, can we do it for content?
I'll do it. So
Fucking phenomenal.
Let's do it.
We were in Denver, and we were. I signed us up for a brewery tour that was via bicycle, and we met the gentleman whose name was Juno, and he looked like a guy whose name was Juno.
Did he look like
That
a
may be
pregnant
racist.
teenager? Great movie.
That might be racist.
No, he was.
I just want to point out, Ryan does like the white guy voice when he mocks me. I don't appreciate it.
I'm just mocking your voice.
I love it. I think you should do it more.
Juno was so frail he made Scotty look like Lizzo, and he had hair.
So what do you look like?
Oh, I'm like Saturn. You know, like
He looks like one of the mountains out in Colorado.
yeah, Pikes Peak actually.
He's
Actually,
the big
I'm not very tall.
He's the big red spot in Jupiter right now.
No, I'm more like Devil's Tower in Wyoming. You know, it's just kind of like it's not big, but it kind of sticks up in the middle of nowhere.
No, you're big.
Juno, well, it's not tall. I'm not tall.
That's true.
Except
You're
for,
wide.
except for down below. Except for there too. So Juno had hair down to like the middle of his back, like these blonde locks, and he was a very frail man.
Did you try and have sex with him?
I did not. But
Surprising.
I was concerned he may be trying to run some game on my wife, and I'll tell you this after this story. So we go and get on the bicycles, and we're in the parking garage where we meet him because his office was literally behind like a fence in the parking garage. That was red flag number one. I proceed to get on the bicycle, and it's like, you ever seen those like fat tire like bikes?
Yeah.
I get on that. Now, this is probably 3-4 years ago. I haven't rode a bike since I was like 13 years old. So like I guess I just forgot. And I could not steady myself on the bicycle, and I kept falling in the parking garage. Anyway, so
I could edit that if you need to.
yes, please.
Okay.
All right, so we meet up with this gentleman. His office was behind like a fence in the parking garage.
Yeah.
I get on a fat tire bike. I proceed to fall down several times.
How many beers were you in?
I was sober at this point. It was early. It was in the morning.
Maybe that was your mistake.
It was like before noon. We were supposed to hit like 4 breweries via bicycle.
Should have been a little liquored up,
Finally, I get going, and I start pedaling, but I can't like stop really. And I wipe out, and I almost hit a Beamer in the parking garage. And at this point, I say, "Fuck it. Go ahead, take my wife on this tour."
Take my wife, please.
Take my wife on this
that was
tour.
going somewhere else.
Yeah. And they proceed to leave. So what does the Big O do? I Uber to all the establishments. I beat them there. I get a table, and I proceed to order beers. And then they show up, and I have beers everywhere. And I drink, and we drink. We hit like 4 breweries that day.
Did you bring the bike with you?
I did not bring the bike. I locked the bike back up in his little
Damn, where you guys
thing
been
behind
at?
the fence. After the last brewery, it proceeded to, because Denver's weather is kind of like here, where like it'll be fine, and all of a sudden it'll just open up for no reason. It proceeds to like have a Noah's Ark level of rain, like coming down the wind, and we're at the brewery, and like the tents are outside are being blown around, things are falling. They got a bike back. I proceed
Lazy fuck.
to stay and drink outside, getting wet, and and my wife could not Uber back with me because she had to take the bike back with him. So
Yeah.
they had to ride back in the
Do
rain.
they not have public buses with bike racks?
Yeah, but it was like the way where his office was, it was like kind of off of a bus route. It wasn't really convenient to do that. So they had to ride back in a torrential storm while I Ubered back and met them in the bar adjacent to the hotel. So me not being able to ride a bike actually worked out for me.
Maybe.
It's always coming up Big O. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, the stories of your wife and Juno, are still untold. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, you might. Never mind.
I might have a child in Denver I don't know about.
I mean, don't go back to Denver and run into Juno somehow, some way.
Yeah, keep Juno away from your wife. For every endeavor.
Juno
This guy
does
named
sound
Juno.
like a fuck boy who would fuck your wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that does sound like a homewrecker name.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. He looked like a reject from Fallout Boy. But hey, he's scheming fat guys on the bicycle ride, so he's got that going for him.
Did you have to pay for it?
Oh yeah, I paid for it. It was a Groupon.
Oh, okay.
That was back when Groupon was still a thing.
So you had to pay for that and the Ubers.
Yes.
Well,
I'm a man of wealth. And
It's a
status.
Groupon.
It was okay. It was a Groupon. It was
Yeah.
like four. It was like 40.
yeah, wealth and status.
It was like $40.
Hashtag Groupon.
Well, the guy's name was Juno, so
Yeah.
Wealthy,
sure.
wealthy and Groupon are two words that you
Yeah.
see all the time in the same
No,
sentence.
because I used to hit up the Groupon when we went out there because there was always brewery deals. And the amount of free beer I got out there because of that was the thing. I know how to work a deal.
You're very resourceful that way.
Yeah, you want free beers, you go out with me. We'll make it happen.
I've been waiting for free beers going out with you for years.
I don't like you. So, all right. So, transitioning away from the sports and not the transition that Chris is doing right now in his life, there was a janitor.
Where's the liquor?
No, you cannot have any more liquor.
Am I cut off?
You're cut off for the
Son
good
of
of
a bitch.
for the good of
Harley.
humanity, the good of like mankind, the good of the show.
you got to wait 3 more topics.
Wait, you know what? We'll see. Hey, you're driving them home, so
We just want you to make it to the end of the episode.
yeah, you live closer to him somehow, some way. All right, so there was a janitor at the illustrious Rensselaer. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Rensselaer
know.
Polytechnic Institute?
Rensselaer.
Rensselaer.
Yeah, I know. I don't know people that went to school there. Actually, I do know one person that went to school there. It's a pretty big time school. It's like MIT.
Yeah, it was like MIT Light.
Yeah,
right?
I thought you said red slur, so I didn't know where this was going.
I can't pronounce it wrong. They don't really have a strong athletics program, so fuck them. But there was a janitor, not named Chris Green, who was at this. How you say it, Ryan?
Rensselaer, Polytech.
Sounds like a really shitty lacrosse player. I'm just going to call it RPI.
There you go.
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, that's what most people refer to it as. It's
Yeah.
RPI. Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Rhode Island School of Design, RISD. I'm going to call it RPI in Troy, New York.
Isn't that something in sports
He only knows that because of
RPI?
Wedding Crashers.
or NCAA basketball? That's the
RPI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a janitor was cleaning up a laboratory there, and he's been accused of damaging at least $1 million in scientific research after shutting off a freezer while trying to turn off a constant beeping noise, according to the lawsuit. Apparently, the cleaner shut off a circuit breaker on September 17th, 2020, and the freezer was storing cell cultures, samples, and other research elements at minus 112 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature reportedly rose to minus 25.6 degrees Fahrenheit after the freezer was turned off, damaging or destroying all of its contents, the lawsuit alleges.
It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault. I know. No, you don't. It's not your fault.
So this broke-ass Goodwill Hunting unplugged a machine, and then all these things were damaged. Do you know what this fuck idiot did? I was going to say another word on the back end of fuck, and I censored myself. Think about it. What could have been in there? There could have been a cure for cancer, maybe HIV. Well, Magic Johnson has that one, but I mean, maybe full-blown AIDS. Maybe that was it.
We're not allowed to drink on this. We're not allowed to drink liquor on this fucking show anymore.
But who knows what was in there? COVID. It could have been a COVID cure in there. Who knows? All because the equivalent of Chris Green unplugged this goddamn thing, and now we're all going to die.
So he didn't unplug it, did he? He just.
Well, he turned it off.
Why is
Okay,
it the
so why
equivalent
does
of me
he-
and not you?
What's that?
We have the same education.
You are closer to janitor than to me.
Am I?
You would actually do it. I wouldn't.
Would I?
How much would it pay you? Would someone have to pay you to be a janitor?
To be a janitor?
Yeah.
$30-40 an hour.
There's no way.
Yeah, no janitors making that.
Exactly.
You could give me naked Jennifer Aniston circa 2006, naked Jennifer Lawrence circa her new movie, and $100,000, and I'm not being a janitor.
Okay, well,
I ain't doing it.
You're crazy then.
You're a piece of shit. But
Well,
So if they had $1 million of research in here, why is this janitor even able to just turn the freezer off and
why
have
was
them
the
lose
alarm
all
going
this?
off?
I have a solution to all of this.
Okay.
That was there for the janitor to resolve all the sound, but he decided not to do it. According to this article, it says a sign on the door of the lab's freezer allegedly explained the source of the alarm and included instructions on how to silence it if necessary. The sign says, "This freezer is beeping as it's under repair. Please do not move or unplug it. No cleaning required in this area. You can press the alarm/test mute button for 5 to 10 seconds if you would like to mute the sound." So this janitor, one, I hope he's fired, but then two, I hope Rensselaer like sues whatever they lost in
He's a
research
janitor.
time.
He's got no
Yeah.
money.
That's fine. If you can't
Are
read,
they
one of the-
subcontracted through a company, or are they direct employees?
That's
that's why I don't know.
I don't
That's
think they're
the
picking
question.
up a bunch of guys at Home Depot at 6 a.m. to go clean the
Well, no, they might have
facility.
hired some
It
company.
might be a company though
Yeah.
that you can sue the fuck out of and close their doors.
Well, they said it's an estimated $1 million to recreate the whatever was going on in the in the refrigerator. Basically, like they lost $1 million to school. So I mean, I don't know if that's true money, but
But I mean, like the actual money isn't even a thing. Think about like the scientific research that's lost.
Money's not
well,
real.
I guess that's the $1 million.
It's
look,
all made up.
Money's not real until you like cash it out. I get it. It's like a stock. You haven't really actually lost money until you cash out. But like the scientific, like who knows what?
Just tell the government to print some more. You'd be fine.
Okay, there, Alan Greenspan.
That's what
I'd
it
like
does.
I'd like to think the janitor went home and like the battery in his smoke detector was like off, and so like it was just beeping when he got home, and he probably just burned his house down. Or something. This might be like what actually happened in the true story of Good Will Hunting, and they just like transcribed it to be whatever it
No,
was.
this was like
with
the
Robin
Wish-
Williams and
This is like the Wish.com version of Good Will Hunting.
Fuck Good Will Hunting.
That's a great
Go
movie.
back go back a few episodes, but I don't know what happened in that movie. What happened at the end of the movie? Did somebody do that?
he like drives to California or some shit.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Isn't that movie like 20 years old at this point?
More than
I
that.
don't know. Ryan was on set when they made it.
That movie's probably like 30 years old at this point.
Is it?
It's wicked.
Maybe not
snot.
that old.
It can't be that old.
Scotty, you got the thing. Google it. When did Good Will Hunting? I can't
Also,
talk
why is the bottle halfway gone?
because I've been
That is
drinking.
disturbing.
It's actually not that bad.
97.
97?
Why do I feel like it's
So
like
it is
94?
20 years old. Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
20,
Almost
26.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 30.
Yeah, but okay. So Ryan, you said sue the janitor. Look,
I mean, I'm just being petty, but
he's got nothing.
you sue the company that employs the janitor.
I'm just mad because there's a sign there.
yeah,
There's
read
a
the
fucking sign. Like,
man.
read the sign, dude.
What? What if
They need to put something over that.
But
where
the reading
where you need a
compre-
passcode.
The
It was
reading
on the
comprehension.
door.
what
of
if
the-
he spoke a different language and he doesn't understand English?
I'll keep my comments.
That
to
might
myself.
be racist.
No, that's
Why
legitimate.
does the poor janitor have to be a foreign national, sir?
Because people like you won't fucking do the job, you bitch.
It's very true. It's very true. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Why's it gotta be a bitch?
Yes, it actually the
He's a bitch because he's a bitch.
no the lawsuit. Good point, Chris. Is against Daigle 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 Cleaning Services. So
There we go.
evidently, like
Yeah.
he was. They're
Close the
getting
doors.
sued. Yeah.
All right. All I
Fair
know
enough.
is we're all going to die from cancer because that guy turned off a goddamn alarm.
No, it's because we drank Citrus Club whiskey.
The comments of Chris Green are not the comments of the Let's Not Do This Media.
Unless they
LLC,
want to
its
fucking
subsidiaries.
sponsor us. I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't think they have money to sponsor anything.
Probably not. They're fucking charging $4.50 a bottle.
They can't sponsor a Mario Kart tournament, okay? I'm just trying to prevent us from getting the Pat McAfee lawsuit from Brett Favre, okay?
Well,
All right.
Sounds like the perfect sponsor for us.
did they steal money from welfare and give it to a school?
Yes, they are stealing money from welfare people because if you're selling liquor for $4 or something, the people that are on welfare are buying the goddamn liquor. In fact, it was probably that fucking fuckhead janitor that was drinking Senators Club on the job. When someone bought that son of a bitch a pair of Dre Beats, he wouldn't have did this, and we would have had a cure for cancer. But no, he had to hear some beeping in his ear and unplug it. And then we're all going to die because of this fuckhead janitor.
Why gotta be Dre Beats?
Let's not do this podcast.
He probably had a Walkman because he's a janitor. He doesn't have that much money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If someone bought him
Or a
some
CD
higher
man,
quality
whatever
Discman is what the word that you're looking for.
Discman,
I know
okay.
you have an 8-track.
I didn't own one
It
of
was
those.
a Zune.
My cookie is crumbling just like that guy's career.
Damn.
Fucking janitor.
God, I can't wait to cut that and put that as a fucking
Burning it
separate
down.
video. This is
Eviscerate
beautiful. We got to drink more liquor more often.
Eviscerate the proletariat.
I think we do.
Senators Club.
The show's off the
We
rails.
need you.
What's next, Leon?
Okay. All right. So fuck that janitor. All right. So
He could have had the cure of obesity in there.
Exactly.
And Leon is mad.
Ozempic version 2 Electric Boogaloo could have been in there, but no, he had to unplug it. Fuck that guy.
Well,
All right,
I'm mad he can't read English.
This is my favorite episode of the 24 that we've done so far.
Scotty, that janitor, he will not get an obituary when he dies, like the gentleman from Kentucky that we saw has passed away recently, and apparently his obituary went viral. Now, he was from Kentucky, so, I mean, that leads us to believe a lot of things. Was there several branches on the family tree? Was it a straight line? Was there moonshine? I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of the dead. I hope this gentleman rests in peace.
No, you don't.
Except for that janitor, he can go fuck himself. But the gentleman in Kentucky that has sadly left this world left us with a great legacy with his obituary.
Yeah, so this guy is from Kentucky, like you said. His name is James Lovelace. And I guess his friends put together his lovely little obituary here. Pretty long, but I'll just go ahead and read it. It says, born and raised in Kentucky.
What? You can read?
Yeah, I learned a couple weeks ago. I forgot to tell you.
Fuck.
Should we take a
shit.
shot before this?
No,
No.
you're cut off. You're cut off.
All right.
I digress.
So, born and raised, this is what the obituary says. Born and raised in Kentucky in 1963, a state that has been recently leaning toward more liberal values. We might add Jamie, a divorcee, father, grandfather, and proud owner of a few lots in the trailer park, had enough and up and died on us on June 14th in order to avoid another presidential stolen election mishap in the near future. As a gluttonous eater of fried foods and snack cakes, as well as the occasional chili cheese dog, James tried in vain to give up the ghost by clogging his arteries and having a stroke in 2015. His twin boys, Rocky and Rodney, had other plans, and they made him go to the hospital. While waiting in the ER at the hospital, he was heard saying, "Let's make a break for it," only to be heard by one of the hospital staff and forced to go through the procedure. He wasn't too excited about the prospect, but went anyways. On many occasions in life, James was seen in his backyard at a trailer park during the early hours of the morning, hammering beers, standing over country-style ribs, and yelling, "It's got a head like a cat on it," while nearby neighbors would peek out their windows, bearing looks of disgust and amazement as his party guests were slurring remarks about needing to speed up his cooking style. "We've been here since 5 o'clock, they would say. "I've got work in the morning." Almost done.
Wait. People in Kentucky have jobs? I thought it was just coal mining, tobacco, and welfare.
I mean, that might be what they were doing. You don't know.
And horse racing.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Way to go, Mitch.
Horse killing.
So, wrapping up, it says, we don't know if he was married, but he definitely was a ladies' man. And then it goes to list on a bunch of women he was with.
Oh, read them all.
Yeah.
There was Kathy, Mary Lou, Tammy, Deborah, Carrie, Tina, etc., etc. "It's the bones," he told us proudly, pointing to his skinny, pasty white legs. Is this why you made me read this?
Damn, Chris, he had more women than you. And yes, Scotty, his pasty gams.
And then it says, in quotes, "We love a good shin." We think he might even have some females waiting on him on the other side. Jamie loved his family more than anything else in the world except ice-cold bush, room temperature bush, T-bones, New York strip, prime rib, shrimp, swimming, poker, hatchback Mustang GTs, tank
course.
tops, Kentucky men's basketball, and his personal copy of Eddie Murphy's Raw.
That's
Yeah.
surprising.
Didn't see that coming at all.
I didn't know that either.
Go Cats. Go
I'm
Cats.
surprised it
Last
wasn't
paragraph. Yeah. Last
Larry the
paragraph.
Cable Guy.
He leaves behind his second favorite son. His second favorite
Wait,
son.
I'm sorry. His second favorite son?
Yes, Rocky, and then in quotes, and Lizeth, Loveless of Arizona City, Arizona. His favorite son, Rodney Loveless of Science Hill, Kentucky. A younger brother, Joey, an unofficial daughter, Melissa, and Coy. I guess that's her husband. I don't know. Vance of the trailer park, as well as a pair of old boxers, as well as a pair of old boxers which have Budweiser, the King of Rears, printed on the design. This might be my favorite line. The very last line. He will be moderately missed.
So much to unpack there. Number one, the women that he listed. If the University of Kentucky recruited them, can they protect one Devin Leary this fall? I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Also,
Probably. Yeah.
those Budweiser boxers, where can we buy Chris a pair?
I think you want some, Leon.
I
want to say a joke here, but it's going to be bad.
Size elephant
for it.
does
You
not
have-
exist.
might be racist. You have to say it now.
So were they sure they were Budweisers or Bud Light?
They probably had to edit it.
I muted myself. Which is what the FCC has been trying to do to me for years.
It was just low hanging fruit.
That was terrible. That was horrible.
If I die before you guys, and if I'm the last one to die on this set,
You will be moderately missed.
any of my friends, when I die, I want y'all to roast the shit out of me in my obituary.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. We'll have our angel investor son roast you.
I don't want you to say he was a great guy. None of that. Nobody,
fuck no.
Nobody wants to read that.
As long as
the
Carla
shit out of
is
me.
not involved, we'll be good.
What?
Your mom.
Yeah. What do you mean not
You
involved?
can go ahead and mute that one.
She can't be in charge of the obituary.
True, I'll tell her.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, listen.
Leave
As,
it to us, and we'll take care of it.
as the one that's closest to death of
Yeah,
all
you are.
four of us here. Well, I mean Ryan with age, but me with my maladies.
No.
When
Let's not bet on it. Let's get some odds.
oh my God, let's not do this death pool.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yes.
They can bet
We'll-
on
that's-
which one of
we'll
us
save that.
passes
Good.
away.
Ryan's probably minus 125. I'm probably plus 125.
What am I, minus 450?
No,
Chris plus 140.
It depends on if Chris drives home
no,
tonight.
dude, you're minus like 500.
No, you're not.
I don't know.
Scotty's like
Ryan's
plus.
gonna outlive all of
Scotty's
us.
like plus 228.
No, I said plus 140. No,
No,
130,
Scotty's
125.
plus 228. Look at him. He weighs 98 pounds.
Is what were the odds in the golfer you bet?
plus
1,500.
Yeah, he's minus
15,000.
15,000. He's minus
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah.
Plus.
No.
Plus.
Minus is
No.
the favorite.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was
Are
going.
you-
I was going the other way.
Yeah.
How dumb
I
are
was going the other
y'all?
way.
Like,
I
who
was saying.
Minus
Who dies
I
15,000.
was saying
first?
die. I was saying last
Dies
the longest.
last.
Oh, last long-
Yeah,
okay.
we were saying who
Yeah.
offs
Okay,
first.
well,
I
we're
love
on the
that.
same page.
I've drank
Yeah.
the most of this shit, and
For
I'm
sure.
the most sober.
Minus 15,000.
to die first.
Yes.
No, see,
Okay.
y'all are forgetting how resilient.
So then
I
I'm
am.
plus like 400. Ryan's plus 500.
Y'all forgetting.
If
plus-
your wife
Chris
wasn't
plus
a
300.
nurse, you'd be dead a long
You're
time
doxing
ago.
me here.
How?
You're doxing me here. No,
Oh yeah. So somebody's gonna find you by finding a nurse.
I don't
Like,
listen to her.
You know how many
Number
nurses
one,
there are?
I don't listen to her. Number one. Number two, I'm very resilient. I'm like an old truck.
Carla, are you hearing this?
You're doxing me here. You put the key in the ignition, you turn it, I will crank up. I will start. It might got a few dings, it might got a few dents, the head gasket might be blown, but that son of a bitch will get you into the woods. You want to go hunting? That'll take you there. You want to go to the dump? I'll get you there. I ain't the kind of truck that you take downtown, you know?
You're a farm use piece of shit.
Yeah, and I'll keep on running. And you know what? If a nuclear explosion goes off, there'll be cockroaches, Twinkies, and me. Those are what will exist.
Yeah, but you're this close to driving off a cliff like at any moment.
Very true. It's very true. But I'm resilient. You got to factor that in. You got to factor in the heart.
Sure.
Yeah, your heart. We're factoring that in.
Very
All
true.
right. We got to wrap this son of a bitch up
Do
at some
we?
point here.
This is
No, we
Last thing I'm gonna go to here. I forgot what we were gonna go to in the rundown, so I'm picking a story. It's gonna be the wheel of stories here. All right. So, a woman writes a Dear Abby letter because her doctor is flirting with her. This story was in the New York Post. The woman writes Dear Abby, which was a thing in Ryan's day. I think it used to be like Reader's Digest or something like
this
that.
is the third
So,
Dear Abby story we've had on this podcast.
well, Ryan reads
All brought up by you, sir.
Yep, correct. Just like Lifetime.
New York. You
Oh, hold up. So
watch Lifetime?
no, so we went out Friday, right?
Okay.
And Chris went and picked Leon up. Okay.
Okay.
And then in the group chat, Chris is like, "Hey, can I come in? I got to take a piss." Blah 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 blah. And then I get a text while I'm driving up to Hooters. It says, "Yeah, I went in Leon's house and he's watching Jeopardy."
My wife was watching Jeopardy.
So the guy that
I was going to blame it on the wife.
blame it on the wife. So the guy that was making
The guy who was actively participating in the game and yelling out answers.
Okay.
and was talking shit about us for watching. game
Correct.
shows.
As I'm walking through and trying to find some substances to prevent me from going to the facilities at Hooters because
He had to get
had-
lactated because he's a pussy.
Yeah, I have a lactose intolerance.
That's true.
Respect
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd also had been
No
out,
respect. You're a pussy.
I'd also had been out earlier in the day to another establishment which I did not have said lactate gear, so I had to prevent the repercussions of what was happening afterwards.
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
know.
I'll take full of shit for 1,000 hours.
Exactly. As I'm walking by, I can't help that I'm the smartest person in that home at that time, and I just start answering questions. I can't help that.
Okay.
All right. They're answers, though.
What's that?
They give you the answers.
No, I.
You have to ask the
You
question.
have to ask the right questions.
Yeah, I start. Well, okay.
Leon doesn't know how it works, but he was watching.
I was getting it right.
He was enjoying it.
I was getting it right, but the wife.
I
was
don't
watching.
remember. I don't recall you getting any of them right, but okay.
I nailed several of those, especially the geography segment. But
You nailed the
anywho,
bathroom.
I did. Oh, I pulled a Ryan in there before Chris went in there. Let me tell
Hey,
you,
man.
It was let me tell you something. You thought Wagner was advancing towards Moscow. What I did in there before Chris showed up, it was a holy war that, you know what, I'm going to stop it because
It was unfortunate.
we were going to get a fatwa issued to us again after that, so I'm going to pull back on that.
That's what they're made for.
All right.
That's what toilets are made for.
Anywho, I digress. Dear Abby, is the problem that my doctor is a bit of a flirt? I had a procedure recently, and when it was completed, the doctor announced, all set. My reflexive response of gratitude, relief, and optimism that the procedure would help me was beautiful. The doctor's response to that was, just like you. Now, that could mean just like you to respond that way, or it could mean you are beautiful. I don't mind either way, but is this a problem that should be noted somewhere? It's not the first flirty type double entendre. This is from Don't Mind, but Others Might.
Did she send a picture in?
She did not.
No.
She
She
did
sounds.
not.
She sounds ugly.
She probably was. She probably
That-
was one of those guys that the
that-
day Kentuckian fucked.
That
Girls, whatever.
Tammy.
Yeah, that just
Cattle.
sounds like
Tammy.
she's ugly and fishing for compliments.
So I'll put it to you. As they say in the Animal House, I'll put it to you, Greg. I'll put it to you. Is there a profession that you would not want to hit on you?
Not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, fast food worker for
Someone
sure.
that you're doing business with, would you not want them to hit on you?
Definitely not fast food worker.
Why not?
Why would I want to date a fast food worker?
So when I was in high school, there was a girl.
Shocker, you wanted free food.
No. There was a girl that was into me. I'm not going to mention her name, but
Just
I
mention
will,
it. Fuck
no.
it.
I'm not
She's
going to mention her
listening.
name, but I will say her last name rhymed with. We used to say she was Sperman. Her first name Sperman.
Oh, I've heard this name.
her last name.
Yeah.
All right. So this girl got around a little bit, and she was into the Big O. So my friend Christian, Did not like to go anywhere by himself.
I mean, he's like, why you put me on Front Street?
Well, he did not like to go anywhere by
He'll
himself.
be on the podcast eventually.
Eventually.
Sure.
Yeah, we might have to get a translator. But
He speaks better English than you do.
it's broken. He did not like to go anywhere by himself, so I was at home watching baseball. He calls me to go out with him, hang out that day. I was like, fine, sure. We ended up going to this gas station where this girl worked, where it also had like 3 fast food establishments inside of it. My buddy buys gas. I walk in there, and I'm hungry. I proceed to go to Long John Silver's, which tells you how trashy I was back then.
Yeah.
I grew up poor, and I grew up in a very backward, stupid place. So, that's what I ate. So I proceeded to walk up there, and she wanted to go to prom with me. And I walk up to her, and she's smiling ear to ear. She goes, "Is there something you want to ask me?" I proceed to tell her, "Yeah, can I get a number 2?" Wow. And the look of, like, despondence that was on her face
You're an asshole.
Yeah. And I proceeded to get said number 2 and eat that in the car of my buddy.
Eat the
Long Johns.
The meal. Oh,
The meal. Which,
just making sure.
eating Long Johns is probably like eating number 2. But yeah. So I ate that.
Was it Sperman's number 2?
No, it was not.
Or was it just sperming?
She proceeded to go to prom with someone else. I did not go. I went to the after party because I said, fuck it, I don't dress up, and I'm not doing that. And where she proceeded to be involved with a gentleman that several people opened the car door, and there was some activity going on.
So it
which
could
I
have been
guess
you.
that could have been me.
Could have been you.
I didn't want that to be me. But yeah, so fast food worker, maybe it's not the worst thing to hit on you, Chris. That could spice up your love life.
I'm 36 years old. I don't
But you look 56.
Do I?
I mean, he's 66.
You look like Kirby right now on camera.
Ryan, can I call you Root 66 from now on the podcast?
No.
Okay.
Did you just say roots?
Root. No.
That's what I heard.
That might be racist.
I've never seen Roots. I've never watched that. I don't know.
Not surprising.
Alex,
Might
yeah.
change your outlook on life.
Yeah. All right. So, what profession would you
Pretty
not want to hit
influential.
on you? Is a doctor hitting on you?
I would
unacceptable?
love a doctor or a lawyer or a high-level banker.
You would not?
I would.
You would. Okay.
Would love
What's
for
the question again?
anybody
I
who
thought
could be
the-
a sugar mama.
I'm losing on.
I thought the question was would.
Yeah.
I'm asking, what would you not want to?
I would
hit
not
first?
want a construction worker to hit on me.
Well, that woman probably was one of those women that our dead Kentucky friend fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Are-
good.
Can we name the show Our Dead Kentucky Friend?
No, we're naming it the Senators Club.
Okay.
So is this professions that we interact with, or just any profession?
I mean, if you interact with a carpenter, do you want her to hit on you or him?
Is it like a-
this is 2023.
A truck driver.
Okay, yeah. Big Bertha
Yeah.
driving
There's
the
some
truck.
Large Marge.
There's some sexy truckers now.
I did meet a very attractive
TikTok.
woman that was a trucker once.
TikTok, some hot truckers.
You could
They're
TikTok,
on there.
You could TikTok hot anything.
She got out of her truck. I had a shit job where part of my job was to wash tractor trailers, and this woman showed up at the facility, and she was a very attractive black woman. She gets out. She had like leather pants and
Some
like
badass truckers right now.
4-inch heels, and she was driving the tractor trailer, and she was hot.
Yeah.
And she tipped me $50 to wash her truck. I felt used, and I was gladly appreciated for it.
I don't believe you did any manual labor, so
Yeah,
I don't believe that story.
That was a different
you
life.
You were a lot lizard, I think.
That was I would have been for her. That was pre my wife. I would have been for her. I transcended my position in life at that point. I was janitor level at that point. Now I'm executive level.
No, you're still janitor level. You're just
Right.
selling bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do.
until you turn off the freezer.
So here's the thing. I will agree with Chris. Chris is just trying to be a gold digger.
Yes. Yes, I am.
He ain't messing with no broke. I'm not going to finish that. So
Easy killer.
That might be racist.
if a doctor hits on you, that's like one of the best compliments you ever have. If it's your doctor, they know your health. Think
They've
about
seen
that.
your dick.
What kind of doctor are you going to?
Any doctor? I haven't been to a doctor in a while, so I don't
Yeah, me
know.
neither.
But I've got When I was in school, I got physicals. So
Let me tell you, I had a good old boy that was my doctor in high school, and literally, I get my physical every year. He'd
you
show up-
enjoyed that, didn't you? He was playing around with it. Turn your head and cough,
he goes-
big boy.
He goes, hey, everything good down there? I go, we're all good. Send me on my way.
Did you call him a good boy?
He was a good old boy.
Did he call you a bad boy?
He had a collar. His name was Spike. Yeah, no. If a doctor hits on you and they're your doctor, they know your medical history.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good thing. They checked you out. They know that you're clean. Unlike Ryan, he's got like Alzheimer's and stuff.
Well, I know I got small bladder syndrome right now, so I'm going to take a quick break. If y'all finish before before I leave,
No worries, man. We got
thank you, folks.
Hey.
This is like a 2-hour episode.
we got
This
all the
podcast,
time in the world.
we're
baby.
done.
We're at an hour and a half. We got plenty of time.
Okay, well,
Go right ahead.
All right, I think a banker. If a banker hits on you too,
Bankers, yes,
She
because they
sees
know.
your bank account.
Yeah, she knows how broke we are.
yeah. I mean, Chris never has to worry about that. I never have to worry about it. Maybe Scotty too hotty. He walks.
Scotty's
in there.
got money.
Yeah, Scotty walks in there and Scotty's got like 9 digits in his bank account, and he walks in
Well,
there.
we'd have better equipment if that
That's
was
very
the case,
true.
but
No one said that he was generous. No one said he was generous. Well, all right. What profession would you not want to hit on you?
Leon, God, you're fucking drunk, dude.
I'm sober.
You just asked us the
we've
same
gone over this.
question
Construction
twice.
workers, fast food workers.
We just
I do
answered
not-
this one.
I haven't given my answer.
Hot cop, yes. Ugly cop, no.
Hot cop is not bad. She's got handcuffs and all kinds of fun shit. A
cop is a good
baton
answer.
for
And-
Chris.
Our county does have some pretty hot cops
Well, I don't really interact with the law enforcement
Yeah.
as much as you do, Chris.
because you don't drive.
Well, that and also, your proclivities lead you into that area there.
I've not been pulled over in quite some time. I was
Until-
I tried to get the attention of a female police officer the other day, and it did not work.
And she told you,
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You got to cut the front off of that. That takes too long to load.
all right, Scotty, what job would you want to hit on you?
Truck driver now.
Softball catcher.
There's some bum ass softball catchers out there.
Hairstylist? I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know. What? A girl hairstylist?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Well, okay. There's a reason why I said that, but we won't go into specifics, but okay.
It may be time to start wrapping this podcast up this evening.
A massage therapist.
Jeebus.
Ooh, a massage.
Ooh, I would love that. Yeah.
No, I would not.
What?
Are we talking legitimate massage or are we talking Bob Kraft massage?
Either.
Either way, I need my shit rubbed out.
Gee, okay, on that note, Jesus Christ. Scotty,
We gotta wait for Ryan to get back. We got another story, don't we?
he's
Well,
an
we
old
don't know.
man.
We don't know what he's doing.
He's
He said he was pissing.
He's an old man. The stream is not well.
There's one more story we can do.
Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more.
The man that robbed the woman.
Well, this might actually be how we get Chris a date.
Yeah.
So, in the beautiful city of Indianapolis, Indiana, there was a man who robbed a woman at gunpoint, mugged her, and then asked her out on Facebook, and apparently messaged her on Facebook and told her to come chill and that she was, quote, too pretty to rob. The man, identified as Damian Boyce, per WRT TV, robbed her of her cash, which was about $100, and then proceeded to make her add him on Facebook. The woman in question was Amber Burham, and she was forced to add the robber on Facebook and mugged outside of her home. He then proceeded to message her and ask her out over Facebook.
That's just fucking insane.
It is insane.
I am withholding my comment on Amber, but I do have it for you, gentlemen. If I know Chris didn't read the article, this is Amber.
Correct. I don't even remember this. Show it again.
We don't condone mugging anyone on this podcast,
No, absolutely not.
especially women. And so this gentleman was apparently infatuated with Amber and proceeded to ask her out over Facebook.
So I know your answer is going to be no, but Leon's answer is going to be no. Chris, have you seen Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice
in the hood?
You have seen that?
I've seen that movie.
So this reminds me of when Loke Dog is at the party. What are you about to do?
Did you just say the term, and I quote, Loke Dog?
That's his
That was
name.
the name.
I know. I just didn't expect it from you.
So they're at the party, and what's the main character's name? Do you remember?
Oh,
I'm
God.
drunk.
Ashtray or...
What was the main character in
Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. I think it is Ashtray. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
look at that. Look at that.
So they're
Look at us. Look at me.
So they're looking at this girl, and Luke Dog goes to Ashtray. He says, "I bet you I can get her number." And he walks up to her, and he pulls out a gun and sticks it to her head. He said, "Give me your motherfucking number," whatever he says. That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That might be racist.
I don't know as a white guy if you can like watch Don't Be a Menace, much less like quote
Dude,
it.
I used to watch that
First
quite
of all,
often.
You didn't grow up where we grew up. Okay.
Well, that's very true. You and Denny Hamlin, you three guys were dodging bullets there to track back earlier to what we were talking about.
Well, luckily,
Chris,
well,
you're done.
Not
You're
luckily,
done.
but this guy was
The
arrested.
podcast isn't done. I'm not done.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, this guy shot
Show's
two
off
other
the
people
rails.
and hit somebody else with a brick.
This gentleman in the story?
Yes, and he was arrested. Thankfully, I think he got out on bond. So who knows what's going on?
Ryan, if a woman robbed you and then proceeded to ask you out over the Book of Face, as people of your generation call it,
The bucket face.
or when they post about Facebook, they put capital FACE, capital BOOK. People of your generation tend to do that too.
So caps lock is on.
No. The F and the B in Facebook are capitalized. These are also the same people that play Farmville.
What are we talking about?
And then they
I have
post,
no fucking idea.
and then they
Virginia?
post that their
Ryan, you
accounts
missed
have been hacked.
this story. So,
So yeah,
this guy was robbing this woman, and he made her add him on Facebook. And then, did you see the message he sent to her? Mm-hmm. The message said, "You were too pretty to rob," and then he was like trying to get her to come over. I was saying it reminded me of Don't Be a Menace to South Central when they're at the party and he like puts the gun in the woman's head and like makes her give him his number.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, pretty much that's what it is, except
Yeah.
it's, virtual.
no, Leon,
Facebook.
I am not going to use that as a tactic to get a date.
I don't think that would get you a date.
That'd be
It
a great
absolutely
bit.
would not.
Yeah.
When you
Maybe
go,
I could convince somebody to do a skit with us, but that's about
we
it.
don't do bits.
No, that's all we
Is
do.
it not a
When
bit?
you wind up
This
at
is
that,
wrong
when you
Yeah, it's
That's all we
verbiage.
do.
It's all
when you
bits.
wind up at that shit bar that you go to tonight with the broken toilet,
I have not been to that bar in about a month since Gavin's been out of school.
About a
So
and they might actually fix the toilet maybe between
Probably
you're
not.
there. And it's probably just a bucket at this point.
Hey, that's where the podcast was born.
yeah,
That's very
exactly.
true.
Exactly.
We were born.
It's our patron bar.
It's like a delinquent, unwanted child. And on that note, Scotty, where can you find this travesty that's going on 138 minutes?
You can find our socials at Let's Not Do This Podcast on
I
Facebook,
fucked that all up.
Instagram,
98
TikTok, _ Let's Not Do This on Twitter. And Chris, what's the YouTube?
YouTube.com/@ Let's Not Do This Podcast.
Please subscribe.
Please, for fuck's sake, subscribe.
Don't base us on our math skills,
I love you,
because
John.
we're better than that.
If you've listened this long, may God have mercy on your soul.
It's only John. I love you, John.